guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we're going to do a character guide on Lyse. Lyse is a pretty generic character, like she's not like anything crazy. She's just a character that I liked her design. I kind of like Fist characters in general, so I decided to get her LD and kind of go in on her. But she's a fun character. Like she's kind of in that mode of most C90 characters where like if you like them, they're definitely good enough to use. But she's not like meta breaking or anything like that, so don't feel like you have to go in and summon for her. But you know, a lot of you I know went in for Snow, so if you picked up along the way, she is definitely a good fun character to have. So we'll go ahead, we're going to look at her artifacts, her spheres, and then we'll look at her kit a little bit so you guys can see how she works. So for artifacts, you basically want to do attack 108 and her C50, basically just maximizing on her attack there because she is meant to be more of a damage dealer. For spheres, she's got 2 A slots and a D slot. The A slot just do anything for attack or brave damage. Just look at what spheres you've got and see what works. So I did Yang's, which does max brave and attack, and then I did Raigen's, who does physical attack by 6%, so for the refined one. And then her own D sphere is actually good. In the D slot, you want to buff party attack if you can, something to help out the party. And she has a really good party attack one, so she's probably got one of the better D slots actually. So refining some of hers to get extra D spheres actually isn't the worst idea, because it's a pretty good generic D slot for just boosting party attack, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll hop into the showcase here. We're going into Irvine's. I'm going to, instead of Garnet this time, I'm going to bring Rem, just because that way I can turn swap into Freya to get my range damage going right away if I need to. That way I don't have to worry about like using too many actions, because Garnet uses a lot of actions. So we'll just jump in this way. I'll just grab whatever. I don't care. All right, so we're going to hop in. So the main thing with Lyse is she's kind of like a hybrid of like a damage dealer, and she does have like a bit of battery and party support in her kit as well. So just know that she's providing kind of generic auras and buffs to the party, increasing brave damage, HP damage taken, that kind of stuff. So what she has is above her head where it says 0 there, those are her chakra stacks. Basically, you want to get that up to 5, and then once you get up to 5, her abilities will change. The other thing is her 35 right there, which says Riddle of Fire. You notice that's a free turn. So what this does is this sets up a buff for her that will actually change the attack. So you always want to start with Riddle of Fire because that's a free turn. So this is going to be a free turn, a little bit of battery, and then she hops right in. And now it becomes Fire Tackle. So once you have Fire Tackle, then you know you've got that buff up. If that buff runs out, it'll go back to Riddle of Fire, and then you can just use it again for a free turn, right? So let's go ahead and we'll start with the LD here. One update that they made to her kit, so you saw that we did an action and the chakra stacks went up by 1. It used to be that she only increased it on her own actions, but now any party action will do that. It doesn't count like AA and like calls, but like any other normal party action should increase that. So once it gets to 5, some things will happen, and we'll talk about that. But let's go ahead and we'll pop off the LD here. So the LD does really nice party battery. It's going to do a big AoE attack here. And then it just gives like a really good buff that basically it's the Way of the Will buff. And it increases party defense, brave damage taken down, and HP damage taken down. So it's like a very good buff that helps the party. We'll go ahead and just take a free turn here with Rem. All right, and then we're going to swap into Freya because we got to get the Freya. So let's go ahead. Well, actually, I don't even need to swap into Freya. I can just do an attack here because Freya's coming up anyway. So, all right. Should be good here. And then Freya's going to start getting the range damage going. Perfect. Once we get Freya up in the air, we're good to go for the rest of the fight. So let's go ahead and LD right away. I am really liking Freya, actually, the more that I use her. Like, she is a lot of fun. Very good character, like just very good party support, but well, like jumping up in the air and just dealing a bunch of damage. So if you really like speedy team comps or like free turn characters, like Freya is a really nice team member to put in there and just get the free turns. Okay. All right, so now we're up to 5 stacks because we did a bunch of party actions, right? So now you have a couple of options here. So you have Purification. So Purification is just like a free turn, and then it gives you free ability uses if you need it. Now, right now, you can see we have free ability uses. So let's go ahead and just do Elixir Field. So this one here is if you need to do AoE Brave Shaving, it's pretty good. It just adds generic buffs to the party. So once again, with the 15 and 35, you're mainly just upkeeping buffs. The 35 is the better attack to use, so we haven't used that attack yet, so let's go ahead and use that one. So let's swap turns. Let's go back into Lyse here. This is where Rem actually works really nice with Freya, because you can pull the other unit in front and keep Freya in the air longer as well. Okay, so Lyse, now let's go ahead and use, so I'll show you Purification. So this is going to take away the 5 stacks. So we lose the 5 stacks, but then we do a battery and get a free turn and then free ability uses. So back in the day when Lyse first came out, she was really good at longevity because of that. Like, you'd always use the Purification and then get the free turn. And then let's look at Fire Tackle. So this is the attack she got after doing that original buff. So you can see a single target brave damage, but pretty good damage. 500k with a little bit of splash there. Once again, she's not like meta breaking. I would say she's like an okay attacker, but does do, like I said, the party support, party auras, brave damage down, HP damage down, and then increasing party stats as well for the other things. Brave, and there's brave regen as well. So she does a little bit of everything. She's kind of, you know, one of those characters, does a little bit of a bunch of things, so doesn't like excel at any of them. But she definitely can be a good like 3rd slot party member if you want. Let's put Freya back up in the air again. Why not? Get her LD up. Yeah, I mean, all it takes is one character. If it's Freya or like Laguna, who has like the follow-ups with this range orb, it's so easy just to keep that orb at bay. Sure, let's go ahead and use the EX here. Now, the one thing with Lyse is her EX is actually pretty strong now with her C90, but it gets a plus variant if you have 5 stacks of chakra. So what I want to do is I want to get her to 5 stacks of chakra. Let's go ahead and just use her AA. So this extends, so that original 35 attack we used, that was a free turn that gave us the buff, that AA just like extends it basically, right? So we don't get any stacks there, so we're going to wait another turn. I'm not going to use the EX yet, but let's Elixir Field here just to do an attack. We'll get her up to 5 stacks, and then the next turn, so we'll have Rem just swap into her, and then we can do the EX attack. Because Rem's swap should count as a party turn. So let's swap. And then we'll go into Lyse, and then that should put her up to 5 stacks. Okay. Oh, that did not work. Okay, maybe it has to be an actual attack, but I'm pretty sure when the party does stuff, it should be increasing. I haven't been paying attention to it, so we'll do another Fire Tackle. We'll get up to 5 stacks with that. Perfect. Alright, so then Rem will swap again, and then we'll show off for EX. So we'll swap in. Alright, so the EX... pretty much it's just a really big damaging attack. And we'll kind of see what that looks like here with the plus variant. All right, so now you see it's the plus variant. It's going to use up the 5 stacks that we have. So let's go ahead and pop that off here. We should see some pretty good damage here. Yeah, so the numbers got covered up. I'm pretty sure that was like 900k AoE. So it's pretty darn good damage there. But yeah, the numbers went kind of crazy right there. But yeah, just a huge damaging attack. It does battery as well. So you notice the theme with Lyse here is a lot of battery. Is kind of what she's doing. So that's basically it. So you can see there the stack went up when we attacked. We'll watch the stacks here really quick. So Freya attacks. Okay. Canceled the special countdown because we got it so high. So now we can just let Freya do normal stuff if we want to. So sure, let's do Cherry Blossom here. Okay. Yeah, and you see when we did Cherry Blossom, Lisa's chakra went up. So Rem's swap turns must not count. It must have to be like an actual attack. So an actual party attack will raise your chakra. Swap turns did not do an attack, so that's why that didn't work. Sure, let's just LD again just to do it again. But yeah, that's basically Lyse. So not much else to show. So just to summarize it again, right? Open with the 35. It will be a free turn, free ability use. So it's a pretty obvious that you'd want to do that, right? To get her buff up. Then I would just hop right into LD and get the LD up. And then after that, you're just bouncing between the 15 and 35 when you need to. Use Purification if you want to stretch her out a little bit. So in the old, so when Lyse first came out, I used to prioritize using Purification because that was back in the day when you would actually run out of skill uses, right? In today's game, you're not going to run out of skill uses. So I would prioritize just holding the 5 stacks and then saving that for the EX. That's what I would do personally. Now, because her EX is so powerful, she is a character you could abuse with a character like Lude, right? That like refreshes the EX. So you definitely could do some fun team comps with stuff like that if you really wanted to. That's totally up to you. But Basically, yeah, just get the 5 stacks, get the EX off, bounce between the 2, refresh all your buffs when you need to. She's a pretty easy character to play. So anyways, guys, let's end with another EX here. See the damage pop out. See how much he goes down. So he's at 38%. Yeah, that was 900k AoE. Yep, 900k AoE. So like a mil AoE. And this isn't like a super optimal setup. So my Lyse doesn't even have a book on her armor. And I could have an Ultima weapon on her, right? So if you blued her, put a Ultima weapon on her, she's probably doing well over a mil AoE there. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all in the next one.